Hi there, it's Susan. I've been thinking over the last couple of days about boundaries, and it seems to me that this is a really important topic at the moment because the boundaries that we know and we're used to around how we live and how we work and how we interact with people have really all changed. So there are more boundaries in some respects and far fewer in other respects. And I'm just wondering how that is for you right now. And I'd like to just encourage you to think about if you're feeling, that things are difficult and stressful and there's a bit of tension, either internally for you or between you and other people, there's a good chance that there's something to do with boundaries that's missing there. There's maybe a lack of clarity around boundaries. Now, boundaries can obviously be physical in terms of space. And right now, boundaries are really different. We have the sense of we're not really supposed to leave the boundaries of our house and certainly our garden and the local vicinity. But within the house, what are the boundaries around space within the house? It may be that space that you used to have that was yours for you to use in certain ways throughout the course of your day is now almost invaded by other people. So there's the physical boundaries. What boundaries are there? What agreements are there around boundaries within your house? Then there's time boundaries, and for some of us, time has a totally different meaning now. For some of us, we have a big expanse of almost nothingness. If we're not working, if we've been furloughed, if we're living on our own, if there's lots of different changes around how we use our time. Some people, on the other hand, are finding more and more time pressure because of the work that they're doing and the pressure of having people in their house that they're not used to having in their house during the day. So there's something around physical boundaries, there's something around time boundaries. How are you creating boundaries in your day on how you use your time? So are people thinking that because you're around a lot more that they can just phone you, or they can come in the room, they can have a video call with you at the middle of the day when it's maybe not convenient? So how are you managing that? That links to the headspace that we have. We all need some time away from people and away from what we're doing and all the thinking, to just have some time and that headspace to just see what's going on and see how things could be better, rather than just being on that treadmill. So just giving ourselves headspace to just pause and have nothing to do is really important. Are you creating boundaries for that? And then there's something around energy. Particularly if you're living with other people now and you're with each other 24/7, we pick up on people's energy. And even if you're not with people physically, we can still pick up through the technology we're using to communicate. How are you creating boundaries around picking up on other people's energy? Some people's energy is really tight and constricted and fearful, and for others it's different. And so how are you managing those boundaries to make sure you're not transferring your energy negatively to other people, and you're not picking up other people's energy? That we've kind of got this little bit of a bubble around ourselves that helps us to feel calm and control, to feel grounded, to not feel disrupted by what's going on for other people. So now is a great opportunity to be clear on those boundaries, and the most important part in all of this is communicate those to other people. Create agreements in your house. Now, you might already have done this, but if you haven't, I really strongly advise you do it. Have agreements with other people about physical boundaries, time boundaries, your headspace boundaries, and your energy boundaries. And do it whatever way works for you. It doesn't have to be a serious telling people how things are. You can make it a bit fun, but communicate it to people, to your family that you're living with, your family that you're still connecting with but not in person, friends, work colleagues, whoever it is. If you don't clarify to people what your boundaries are, they're gonna just walk all the way through them, and that's not good for your productivity, for your mental health, and just for your sense of being able to get through this. So clarify your own boundaries, what's going to work for you in the context of being with other people, and then communicate that with people. It's really simple. So I'd really advise you getting some time to do that over the next few days.